Hey everyone, welcome back to another episode of Africa Budget Pellet Gunner, and today I've got something that I've been holding on to for a very long time, and I think I found the perfect budget Springer. So what is it? Well, this is called, here in South Africa, it's called the Fearless. There you can see the name. This is a .22 caliber, and I believe it's called the AccuMax in Europe. I haven't seen anyone shooting this in the US, so I'm not sure what they call it in the US, but I know definitely in the UK they call it the AccuMax, and there's been a couple of guys review it, but actually not very many people that I've seen on YouTube that are shooting this rifle. So what do I love about this rifle? Well, everything. I absolutely love it. So there's so many things that they've got right with this rifle, and things that you often need to fix and work on other budget rifles you don't need to do on this one. So let's start off with the cons. There is one or two cons. Probably the first thing is I'm not a big fan of the stock. It does look a little bit futuristic. Maybe it's got a bit of a tactical look, but I think it's more function over form in this case, because even though it doesn't appeal to everyone, it definitely functions very nicely. So that's the one con that I don't like about it. The second thing that I don't like is the cheek piece is a little bit low. That's why I've got this little cheek riser on the top here. But to be honest with you, there's really not much wrong with this. The other thing that to me is a little bit of a disadvantage on this is the open sights that it comes with. It's actually got a small little plastic open sight that mounts onto this dovetail here, which is not great, but it does work. So I prefer the old-fashioned open sight that's here on the back of the barrel or in the back of the breech, and it definitely works better. But now getting to the pros of this rifle. So first things first, it is smooth as smooth can be. Let me just do this. Absolutely no sound, very quiet in loading, and we're going to shoot a little bit later, but definitely you'll see when shooting as well, very nice smooth shot cycle, no twang whatsoever, which is absolutely amazing on the price class of this. But another very nice thing that I like about it, I'm going to see if I can get this on camera for you, is this breech. So if you look there on that breech where you load into the barrel, I'll also take a couple of pictures and just put it in the video, but this breech has actually been machined out a little bit, and when you put the pellet in, it actually just drops in there. So with many other, especially the budget ones, you often need to put a chamfer on the back there, because even when you push the pellet in, it still sticks out a little bit. So what happens when you close the brake barrel, it actually chops off a piece of the skirt, and that relates to inaccuracies. Whereas this one, it's got a nice, almost like a little pocket that it falls into. Just push it that last little bit, and it seats perfectly every time. And I've found this even with big head sizes, small head sizes, they all seem to work the same. So the other very nice thing that I like about this is here on the side of the barrel, it's tight, it's smooth, it's tight, there's no wobble in here. It's actually very nice. This is made in Turkey. The other thing is everything is steel. There's no plastic pieces on here. Even the trigger is steel. So apart from the stock, which is obviously plastic or a polymer, and then this piece here, the trigger guard is part of the stock. So the trigger is not adjustable. The trigger is a little bit on the heavy side, but I think with a little bit of work you'll definitely be able to improve the trigger. I'm going to show you how to do it. It is automatic safety, and I really like these that comes out the back here. So every time you cock it, the rifle automatically goes on to safety, and then you just switch it off there, and you can activate it manually as well. So very, very nice. Let's put the safety on there. It's got 11mm dovetail on the top, so you can mount any optics you want on here. The front sight is actually very, very nice. It's got a little fiber optic there, and what I like about it, it's kind of out of the way. There's nothing obscuring it, and when you look at it versus the rear sight, which I haven't got on yet at the moment, it's very clear. You can use it. So yeah, that is what it is. And yeah, that's it. This is not a Magnum by any means, but let's do a couple of shots. Let me show you the accuracy, which is to me the most important thing, and this one is super, super accurate. So let's get down range. Alright, so I'm going to take just 3 shots today. The reason being, I had some complaints from the neighbors about shooting in the suburbs, so I'm only going to take 3 shots. Don't want to get on everyone's nerves, so let's see what we can come up with. I'm going to be using the artillery hold, just because I know that everyone's going to comment about it, but I'm going to be making a video on that soon, just my thoughts on it as well. So alright, let's see how it goes. I already got one loaded, so let's see. Shooting at 15 meters. So the rifle is a little bit on the loud side. I think it's purely due to it not having a silencer, so that will definitely make a difference. It's quite a bit louder than the CP2 that I'm used to shooting. So that one was a little bit low. I think that might have been my fault. Let's take 2 more. I think that one that was low was anyways my fault, so so far it looks pretty good. I haven't done that much testing with this rifle yet, so definitely still need to get maybe some of those test packs from JSB and H&N and see how it goes. But what I found so far for a Springer, definitely very accurate. Alright, let's have a look at that group. Alright, so let's have a look at the group. Very, very nice. I think I actually could have got it a little bit tighter. I think this one that was at the bottom was actually my fault. I'm not the best Springer shooter, yet. I'm still going to be practicing a lot, so it will get better. But if you take out that one that I believe was my fault, definitely that group will tighten up. But still a very respectable group at 14 millimeters center to center, at 15 meters that we're shooting at. So even if we take that and we open it up a little bit at 25 meters, you're looking at probably a 20 millimeter group, which is more than adequate, and definitely I'm super happy with that. I think this is going to be a keeper for sure. And so yeah, what can we conclude about this rifle? Well, would I recommend it to you? Absolutely. Shoots really nicely. As you saw on the shot cycle, it's very nice. It comes to the shoulder very nicely. The balance point is right where it should be. So it's not front heavy, it's not back heavy. It's really nicely balanced. Comes to the shoulder very nicely. Easy to shoot. We will need to work on the trigger a little bit, but I mean, at this price point, this comes in at just over 2,000 Rand. So if you convert that to dollars, it's about $100 for this rifle. It doesn't come with a scope. This is my own scope that I put on the top here. But for 100 Rand, you can't ask for much more than that. And with that accuracy from a budget Springer, definitely worth the money. So another thing that I also wanted to just mention, when I bought this rifle, obviously there's a couple of things that you always want to check with Springers, like for example that the stock bolts are tight. You want to try and get rid of as much of that twang as possible. But with this one, there is no twang. The cocking cycle is super smooth. The stock bolts are tight. Haven't had to do anything whatsoever on it. The trigger, if I look at it inside, it looks very similar to the Crossman trigger. So I'm pretty sure we're going to be able to do the RC bearing mod on there. So probably going to do that in a future video. But am I happy? Absolutely, super chuffed. And would I recommend it? Most definitely. Budget rifle with premium results, so definitely worth the money. Till next time guys, see you around. Go and get yourself one.